Hello, my name's Chris, this is Blue Kraken Gaming, and welcome back to Timberborn, where if you are enjoying the series, I would ask that you please consider leaving a like, a comment or a subscription. Any will help the channel grow and they help get it out in front of other people, so thank you very much to those of you that do that. Now, in our last episode, we got our little beaver colony started going. We're trying to manage our trees so we don't cut too many down, and our first drought hit, which is why we've only got puddles of water around us. Now, the focus for today is very much going to be trying to get enough research points up so we can get the forester going, because we are going to be building, hopefully, the lumber mill and the water wheel, so that we can start getting some logs going and whatnot. So, yeah, that's the hope, that's the plan. We did have a small food crisis last episode where we had some hungry beavers, but we managed to get it all sorted out by getting the carrot growth going. So we've now got our farmers working quite quickly on that. We've got all three of them there. Our one patron I think we've got is Alex, who's still working, or not patron, but channel member. Alex is still working as our inventor. I don't think we've had any others pop in yet, but you are all in the name list, so that you very well might appear as a beaver during the series, so keep an eye out. It does show in the bottom corner as people grow and get born and stuff along those lines. So yeah, this is what I want. This is why I don't cut all the trees down, because we get a few little sprouting ones come back, and that's kind of what we're hoping for. We did mark some of these as being able to be cut, didn't we? Yes, we did. Okay. So if this one tells me he's got nothing in range, we can move them. But at the moment, we've just got to go through the days. There we go. So the drought has ended, so the water's going to start flowing. So if we come over here, there we go. You can see the water's flowing again, which is good. That means we can turn on our water pumps again. Start getting that flowing back through so we can refill our stocks. Okay, awesome. So we have got this, so we do need to increase the priority of that, because we do now need planks for, well, basically everything else. We actually also need to improve that campfire, because we need baby beavers, and that helps give people somewhere to go. Right, so you're telling me you've got nothing, so we can take you off and put you there. Okay. No available workers. Okay, well hopefully we'll get one there soon. We haven't actually got the logs we need for it, so I'm going to have to prioritise this. We definitely need more logs to get everything started. Okay, so we've got another morning come through. And there we go. So you're just going to keep working on that. I'm trying to work out whether we just have this as a whole forested area and we make this basically our tree production. That is certainly a consideration, so we can have farming that side and trees this side. It does mean we might want to put a bridge in over here, which is absolutely not a problem to do, because we don't need these berry bushes as much anymore. Now we've actually got sort of got carrots as a decent food source. So that is certainly something we could do, and I think that might be quite nice to have. So we could kind of like put our forester out here and just have that whole area doing forests. So that might be quite good. There we go. There we got beavers sitting around. And we got baby beavers coming through. We've still got 5 available beds. Okay, so we have got a bit of space for growth, and this is one of the other bits you need to try and balance. You don't want to grow your population too quickly, because if you don't have the food and the water resource to keep it going, suddenly you'll wind up with a crash and a death wave. So, yeah, that's something we do want to keep an eye on. Have we... Oh, we haven't got any spare... Yeah, we've got 2 vacancies, so we don't have any unemployed beavers yet, so I don't want to start throwing out too many more jobs just yet. Right, how is this going? There we go, there's our water wheel. So now we're starting to make planks, which is fantastic. 60 science, have we got that? Yes, so we can get our forester. Unlock that, please. Yes. And we can put our forester, look at that, that's kind of beautiful there, just here. And we'll place that path for him, or for them, because we don't know what gender it will be yet. But that then gives us that whole area here that we can use to plant trees. Now I kind of like using... We're going to want some... Oaks are great because they give us a lot of logs. Look. Don't want chestnuts or pine. We will want pine at some point. So it's 9 days for one. Yeah, I think... Because we're going to want to section a load of this as well. So I think if we put a load of oaks in here... where we can have the water... We're then going to want maple, because later on we can get maple syrup. And we need to remove... Where is it? Destroy buildings and resources. I need to get rid of this bush. And then we also want pine, because we need the resin from it for waxing stuff. We can set that up. Yeah, so then we can effectively keep that going, and I think maybe we just, for more woodwork, just put more oak there. And then we can cut down the oak and we can keep everything else kind of going. So that'll be good. Oh, nice, we've got this going already. Right, maximise that. So that makes me a lot less worried now that we actually have... a renewable source of wood. So we're going to want to put a couple of lumber flags down. And I'm actually going to just extend this path out here just to make it look a bit more symmetrical. And there we go. There's our forester. He's going to be sorting all of that out. Okay. Like I say, that makes me a lot less worried now. So... what's our next port of call? I think maybe we try and loop around here so that we can have, like I say, a slightly more accessible path. Now for that, that means we're going to need platforms. And we can run these along like that. So the difference between platforms and dams is the platforms won't stop any water flow at all, which is what we want. We want the water to keep flowing through here. And then we can run our path. We can get rid of that gatherer's flag now. We don't need that. And then... where are we? We can clear some resources. So we're going to want to clear these ones. Run our path up like this. And then we also want to clear... these ones just here on the edge, because then we've got a loop, and it saves people trying to get down here having to go all the way around there. They can go either side, whichever works best for them. So that's that. Right, we can then finish saying, okay, now we've got renewable trees. You guys can now just... no. You guys can now just cut all of that. And you can clear all of that. And you can now clear all of that. And up here if you can reach it. Because now I'm not worried about keeping them now that we're able to grow our own trees. That's what makes that significantly better for us. Yeah, replant dead trees not marked for cutting. There we go. So that's going to keep him busy. He's going to get those going. So now we've got food and everything going there. I think our next requirement is going to be trying to... okay, so we need gears then for our next water tank. Now then, if we look at production... there's our gear workshop. We're going to need to try and set up a bit of an industrial zone. Okay, we haven't got the science for a gear workshop yet. That's fine. Where could we set up our industrial zone? We could just set it up over here. That would be kind of alright. Does mean I might want to reroute this path, though. Yeah, because if we reroute that path, because we're going to have to work out with power, we're going to have to move stuff around. And we probably want some gravity batteries at some point, which is really cool how that works. Effectively, it just holds a big block up there, and it drops down. Right, so there we've got, yeah, that's some of our bad water. Be nice if we could just kind of clear that away. Where's this going to come through? Because these little bits we can destroy. So if we wanted, we could have more water flowing down this way. That's going to flow down there. I mean, we don't want to change... Like, we kind of need this flow because here... This is going to be, the power output is dependent on how fast the water is moving through it. So we don't want to make it too wide to start with. Or we don't want to reduce the water flow because we need this water coming through quite quickly at the moment. So I'm kind of okay with that. Right, now then, when we get to chopping, we're going to be able to chop down those and those. And then these, I'm going to try and do in a pattern. Because we do need to keep some of them for the additional resources they give, like the oils and the resins. So I'm just going to try and checkerboard these so that we can use them, but we don't take all of them. Because, yeah, that's just what I think will be better for us. There we go. And then we can checkerboard these ones as well. Oh, no, not that one. There we go. It takes a while to get your trees set up, but then one forester is able to, like, manage anything in their range. Right, you're going there, 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 and there. Right, what are these? These are maples. So we need to plant that one more maple there. And then we can go back to our marking and just mark those last few. There we go. Okay. So I'm now happy with that. We've just got to wait for the trees to grow. We also are definitely going to want to increase our water supplies. Because at the moment, we are... Yeah, I think actually we might need another water pumper. Because we're not building quite as much as I was hoping. Okay, so that does 5, but we need 400 science to unlock that, and we need a load of wax planks. Okay. 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 Yeah. So I think we do need to put another one of these in. Means we need to destroy this blueberry bush. Right, take that one out. We were also running our path along this way round. We can do that. And then we'll just connect it there once that bush has gone. I thought I marked it to be destroyed. That one, please. Okay. So we're not actually storing that many carrots at the moment. Sure, that's fine. Like, this is the thing. I kind of want to start improving our population, but at the moment we've got 5 unemployed jobs. Okay. So does that mean we've had... Yeah. Oh, Alex, you've passed away of old age, I'm afraid, my friend. Okay. So we'll have to start seeing them all coming through. There we go. So now we've got Benji as our our scientist. So this is why you need to keep the population going effectively and have that constant cycle of children turning into adults. Because otherwise you just start losing people. They require science, don't they? So that does 3. That does 2. So we need 250 for that. We could do the small lodges, but we don't need to worry about that right now. Okay, so this is the thing. I really want to try and get like more scientists and more bits going, but right now we don't have... Okay, drought approaching. We need to definitely make sure we are getting as much water stored as possible. Let's get another small tank. That berry flag can be paused. You can go and do something else now. I'm actually going to reduce a worker from there. There we go. Right, that needs to be storing water. Right, okay. Because I definitely, like I say, I just want to make sure we've got plenty ready and stocked for when that drought hits. So I'm actually going to probably just try and see if we can maximise that out. And we've got some logs in stock. How is our wood supply? Okay, yeah, we just got wood logs there. That's fine. This guy's planting loads. That's good. 25%. Okay. Okay, kind of happy with how that's unfolding at the moment. Glad we've got our planks down. Forest was a big thing there for us. Building lacks workers. Yeah, I know. No good selected. Oh, because you need to be told you need water. In fact, we can actually tell them that before they're built so they know what they're doing. Okay. What I actually kind of want is a, not housing, a hauler's post. A hauler's post would be great. Because what they do is they just charge around and do all of the carrying. So effectively, like, these water guys are having to take the water themselves from the water pumps to here. So you can see they're having to come out and stop pumping for a little bit. If we get a hauler's post, the haulers do that carrying around part, which will then save time for everybody else because they can concentrate on doing what they're doing while we have a specific set of beavers doing the deliveries. Okay, so we've got some beavers coming through. We've got a load that have grown up, which is good. Let's try and get another lodge or 2 so that we can try and increase our population. Because at the moment the carrots are doing all right. We actually have some carrots in stock. Okay, now we can finish that path that we've got here. Which makes... Yes. Oh. There you go. Let's see. Now that's made that much easier to move around. Because they're a bit more amber over here as opposed to being all red. That's good. Because everything works from... Right. We need to turn off these water pumps for now because I don't want us taking any of that water out. I want us to save as much as we can to try and keep the crops going. So we will just try and make do with what we've got in the barrels, but they are there should we need to turn them back on at some point. Cool. Okay, so we've got the tooth grindstone up, so that's helping people if they break their teeth. Okay. 3-day drought again. That's not too bad in the grand scheme of things. Building lacks power. Yes, it will do because there's no water, so we may as well pause that and let you get on with something else at the moment. Can we get down a couple more science buildings? Because then any spare beavers we've got can just jump in those ones if we set those to very low priority. Okay, night time. Everyone will come out in the morning. They'll go for a drink. So we've got 139 water stocked. which is fine. Okay, we got our woodsmith, our wood guy there. Yeah, this is the bit, all that water is now gone. One of the things I do want to do at some point is we do get dynamite later where we're allowed to like reshape some of the terrain, and I want to dig this down deeper and make it a much bigger water pit. But we're not there yet. Not even close. Rooftop terrace, no. Shower, probably not yet. Fine. Okay. Yeah, that's for metal. We're not into metal yet. I mean, we could look at the grill. But we don't have enough workers at the moment. Hang on. Oh, okay, yeah. So we've got more people being born and everything at the top here. Okay. Yeah. So we've just got to see how that comes around. Why are the potatoes... Oh, because there's no water there. That's why. Okay. That's fine. Just trying to keep an eye on that carrot crop. See if it's going up and whatnot. Because they are using the carrots, which is good. Right. You guys don't have anything to do at the moment because... you're full of logs. That's why. That means we're going to need a log storage. Yeah, so where should we put this? Probably want that somewhere like here. Do not need 5. Yeah, let's put that to max. But that's going to be a very low workplace priority, so people will only go there if they don't have somewhere better to go. Can you store me some logs in there? There we go. So they're going to go and grab logs from everywhere and carry them around. Fill up that log storage. Cool, that should let more stuff be going on there. So, what have we got here? Yeah, so you guys need to be super low priority for those extra science bits. In fact, I'd say the haulers are super low as well. Oh, here comes the water coming back. That's good. Unpause the pumps. Okay. So I really want to start getting... I mean, I really like the windmills, but we're not ready for windmills yet. Oh, we could do a normal windmill. The only bit is, they are good during droughts because they keep going, but you are then reliant, or they're not consistent. Whereas this gives us a nice consistent power flow at the moment. Which, to be fair, we probably actually want to expand out. So, let's try and increase our... No, not the power wheels. Let's do the water wheels. Alright, so we can put those there like that. And we will then just need... if we... Where are we? Paths, that's what I want. Where are the stairs? Yep, we've got enough for stairs now. And then if I pop that there... That means our beavers can get down into the water if we need to do any water construction, which will be very useful. Right, carrots are beginning to go down, so we are going to need to sort out that cookhouse, because potatoes go a heck of a lot further than anything else. And we will then also want some food storage for that. So we'll pop that along this kind of like main road that we're putting here. Get these constructed as soon as possible, please. And you're going to store cooked potatoes. Because everyone loves a jacket potato. Okay. Yeah, so you're now telling me you've got nothing in range. That's fine. You can go and do something else until they all get grown up. To be fair, we can probably do that with the forester as well. We don't need that forester right now because we've just got to wait for these trees to grow. We could turn that lumberjack flag on. So we can get the last of those trees. Okay. Here we go. Next morning, everyone's gone charging out. We've got 3 builders there. There we go. So, I want you to make me grilled potatoes. It does now mean that this then becomes a neither priority, because I don't mind them going and collecting potatoes now, seeing as we actually need potatoes. Because you're going to start cooking them. And as you can see, 1 potato goes into 4 cooked ones, so that makes the food go a lot further. So it's like once we start building up some of this, it's also a better quality food. So it keeps people happier. There we go. As we can see, people are happier because we've got better food. And we need that food to go further, seeing as we're trying to grow our population at the moment as well. We've got 10 open jobs. Ooh, okay. Definitely need some more beavers then. So, for additional beavers, what we can do is we can put platform along here. And we can put a set of stairs. And this is one of the fun things with Timberborn. And then now we can put a set of houses on top. So you can basically build flats up like that. And then you need to tell it that you want a path on those platforms so those houses are reachable. And then we can almost do the same on the other side. Not quite, because I've just put the cookhouse there. But we can... Yeah, see, we won't get the path in there, but we can certainly put 2 more in there. There we go. And we can just keep that growing to hopefully keep the population going up. So now we've got a load of cooked potatoes coming through, which is good. And whereas these add, what, 3 carrots, it means 1 of those turns into 4. So it's slightly better to be growing the potatoes if you can then cook them as well. At the moment, I'm going to keep both going simultaneously. But yeah, like I say, we're going to keep that going at the moment. And there's nothing else going on there until those trees grow up. So I'm kind of fine with leaving that as is. We've got tons of logs there. So what could we do with those additional logs? Could we... Yeah, like, we can't come down here and clear... Like, the fun bit would be to try and, you know, block off the exits to the map so that we can keep all the water in as much as we can, but don't think that's going to happen. Doubly so as on top of that, the water does actually evaporate. So yeah, that's the thing we're going to have to watch out for. What would be good though is, can we actually, where have we got, there we go, terrain. Have we got, we can get levees now. Yeah, we got the science for it. So, a levee, is it, oh no, it's a floodgate, that's what I want. Levee just blocks it off completely. A floodgate is what I want. So let's try and get that floodgate, because what we can do with these is we can then actually, when the drought starts, just completely block this off. Right, so we can't path on those, that's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to run... We can't go through that dam either. Okay, so that means we're going to need to go there, put a set of stairs down, and then run our path out like this, so that they can be built along the ground. Okay. And they're going to require logs and planks, that's fine. So when the drought hits, what we can effectively do is just completely close those, hold this water here as well, And that will hold this at a higher level. Because actually we could just try and hold it there. So it literally just spills a little bit over. We'll see how that goes when that gets built. But it might raise that whole water level to just in line with this, which would be kind of nice if we can. But you know, that's a bit of a low priority expansion project. What's wrong with these houses? This building isn't connected to a district by any path. Oh, no, I know. That's because you've got to finish building the platforms and the steps and everything first. I get that. That's fine. That's not a problem. That will be resolved. Look at that, 200 potatoes. So the food is now good. Now we've got this cookhouse going. So that's ticking along quite nicely. How are these trees doing? 68% done. You're at 63. You're at 95. See, the pines grow pretty quickly. So when we get those pines up, we can set that going again. But I'm glad we've got the grilled potatoes going, because that's really going to help. Still surprised these haulers are going. Right. We can turn on that workplace now. And that should have way more power than it needs. Yeah, power output. Yep, that's fine. Because we've got those 3 wheels there. That's great. That means this works at full speed. Cool. Those have now started to come back in, so we can put you in play and you in play. And we're going to have to see how we progress with that next turn. I've not been keeping tab on any of the names. Have we had anyone else come through? No, I don't see any other channel members at the moment. But we'll have to wait and see if any more appear. But I'm going to wrap up here and say, as usual, likes, comments, subscriptions. They will help the channel grow. They help get out in front of other people. So thank you very much to those of you that do that. Thank you very much to my YouTube channel members. Your support is very much appreciated. And please don't forget that as a supporter, you do gain access to the save files for any of the open world games I'm currently playing, along with any relevant blueprints for them. And also, on top of that, more importantly for you guys, you get early access to the videos, so you get to see what's going on before anybody else does. But other than that, thank you all very much for joining me today. I hope you have a great day, and I will catch you all next time.